So, guys, we've got a big update about Johnny Somali and his trial.
And we have Bong Bong, who has hired a lawyer to represent herself as a victim.
To the that cover me and my haters, you know what I mean? Like, come get me.
She is highly invested. Harassment campaign of Bong Bong really backfired. It actually got Bong Bong more dedicated to actually come in here. She could have a civil case. It's very possible she could bring a civil case after this.
Like, I was screaming to people. I was drunk off my ass, but I was screaming to people, call the police, do it. Put me in a cell, like, do it.
So what do you want to talk about? Swing or not? Like, nigga gonna come up to me, bro, why you being racist to other people in other countries? For money, for clout.
I've said it many times. I don't give a fuck. I have no morals. I'm a fucking sociopath. I don't give a fuck.
Put this in your next YouTube documentary. I don't give a fuck.
Johnny Somali wasn't built by YouTube edits. He was forged live in the chaos of street streams, where shock was the product and every boundary was just another prop. The clips that made him infamous also boxed him in. A travel ban in Seoul, a stack of charges that started with nuisance stunts and kept snowballing, and a reputational crater you can't meme your way out of. What began as content turned into court calendars, and the louder the bravado got online, the quieter the options looked on paper. Then came the pivot from noise to consequences. Allegations tied to AI-altered clips pulled the story out of prank territory and into a courtroom where intent, harm, and accountability actually matter. Community tempers flared, a rare severe punishment petition landed, and talk of last-minute escapes started sounding less like predictions and more like coping. Add new counts to the sheet and the stakes aren't views anymore. They're years. Mitigation. And whether anyone believes he's changed, the clock is ticking. Hours from now, a Seoul courtroom decides whether the internet's most notorious IRL provocateur is inching toward freedom, or the long road no influencer can clout farm through. His fans insist he's out by tomorrow. The record says otherwise, and today's hearing could be the turn that locks the path ahead. If you've seen the Discord bravado, you've heard the script. He's beating the case, it's over! But courts don't grade on confidence. South Korea already barred him from leaving and stacked real charges, some he admitted in earlier hearings, long before this week's noise. That travel ban kept him in place, the docket kept growing. When a case keeps breathing, wishful posts don't matter. Paper does. The highlight reel started as content, taunting commuters, convenience store stunts, shock bait around national symbols. Then it crossed a line that Korea actually legislates against: obstruction of business and minor offenses violations. In March, reports noted he pleaded guilty to multiple counts, fueling talk of deportation after any sentence is served. The instant gratification strategy met a system that moves by the book, not the algorithm. Two separate sex crime counts under the Special Act on Sexual Violence turned an internet mess into a legal minefield. Prosecutors say explicit AI fabrications featuring Korean streamers were displayed. He denies creating them and disputes guilt on those counts. Either way, these are not prank charges. They carry serious time and a very different moral weight with judges and the public. The Bong Bong thread, once a controversy on stream, now reads like Exhibit A in a courtroom narrative that isn't playing for chat. In early July, a formal severe punishment petition reportedly arrived from an alleged victim, something South Korean courts see sparingly. It isn't a fan petition or a vibe check. It's a victim statement that demands the toughest sentence and must be grounded in actual harm. For a judge, that's not background noise. It's a legal weight on the scale. When the people at the center ask the court to max out the consequence, leniency gets harder to argue with a straight face. Commentary channels and legal YouTubers amplified claims that a key streamer, often named Bong Bong, returned to Korea with counsel, intent on showing up. If true, that presence can change leverage. Testimony beats speculation, and a represented victim signals staying power. Even without that, mainstream regional outlets captured the overall climate. Audiences tired of nuisance influencers. Louder calls to bar repeat offenders, and dwindling patience for apology arcs that never arrive. In this atmosphere, swagger reads as contempt, and courts do not reward contempt. Wait July brought reports of an 8th criminal count, another obstruction of business, tightening the vice before this hearing even opened. One more brick on the wall matters. Sentencing math isn't a meme. Each count carries exposure, and patterns of behavior shape whether a judge sees mistakes or a method. Even conservative estimates now talking years, not months, if multiple convictions stack without mitigation. Here's the sober version. Earlier reporting documented guilty pleas on several non-sex counts. Add in new obstruction and the ceiling moves. The sex crime counts, if proven, carry heavier terms. And even if he beats those, the pile of admitted or proven offenses can still produce years inside, especially if the court sees zero remorse, no restitution, and ongoing provocation. In Korea, mitigation is earned. Apologies, compensation, contrition. Without it, judges default to the book. With aggravation, they can go higher. That's why the "he's out tomorrow" talk is a bubble waiting to pop. Today's hearing was flagged as a key step, with subsequent dates often said weeks out. If the court finalizes pleas on remaining counts, you'll see closing arguments. Then a sentencing window that can land quickly after that. The travel ban remains the floor holding everything in place. If prison time is ordered, he serves in Korea, then faces deportation and a re-entry bar. Timelines can shift, new filings can appear, and no one in a robe is refreshing Discord for scheduling advice. Courts move when the record is complete. Creators live and die by watch time, but the court only cares about conduct. The petition raised the ceiling, the added charge raised the floor. And the mood in Korea isn't exactly begging for mercy. Maybe there's a last-minute pivot, an apology, repayments, a real change in tone, or maybe the same playbook that built the brand now writes the sentence. Either way, the algorithm can't help him here. The record will. Like, comment, and subscribe for more videos capturing the downfalls of dumb influencers. See you on the next one. See ya!